Coming up on WTOP 10 Entertainment News, Katy Perry reveals her baby bump in a new music video and a screaming announcement on Instagram. Is the pop star still living a teenage dream following her pregnancy announcement? Also, one of our Sunday night reporters, Wyatt Fulton, took to the streets of Oswego's St. Patrick's Day parade in search for a pot of gold and to get some interviews from the festive crowd. And former presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren made an appearance on Saturday Night Live to help throw some jabs at Fox News. We discuss all the memorable and memeable moments of the night. You're watching WTOP 10 Entertainment News. Welcome to WTOP 10 Sunday Night Entertainment News. I'm your host, Deanna Brown. Tonight, I'm joined by Jakari New and Brian Hernandez. Samantha couldn't be here this week with us, but we want to wish her a happy birthday. How was everyone's weekend this weekend?
It was good. It was good. I just stayed in, studied. You know.
Yeah, same. Midterms are coming up, so I've just been in my room studying. Yeah.
That's great, because I most definitely had a spa day this weekend, so that's...
Which we all need sometimes.
Sometimes you do.
Okay, so our first story. Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom are expecting their first child together. The big reveal aired Thursday during Perry's latest music video, Never Worn White. Perry's shown cradling her baby bump while singing the verse, "See us in 60 years" with a full family tree. After the video dropped, Perry shared a screaming Instagram live video to share her baby bump with her followers. Okay, so what do you guys think about the video?
I thought it was very dramatic, very dramatic, but what I can say is her wig looked amazing.
It looked great.
Yes, her team, they did that. I don't know what they did, but girl.
I agree, it was a little dramatic. I felt like it could have been a little bit more just besides her standing there with the flowers, standing there in the same positions, but I liked it overall.
The flowers, like her with the flower, that scene, she looked like Beyonce when she did her pregnancy picture on Instagram. Yeah, very that.
Do you think that she's falling out of the public eye? Like, she's been quiet for so long. So what do you think, like this, her video and then her pregnancy, do you think this is just another way for her to just be relevant again?
I can say that she hasn't been like the talk of the town lately, but with Idol, she is getting in our graces again. And maybe this baby, if it doesn't, you know, revive her career, maybe it just brings her happiness as a mother, because that's, you know, love.
Yeah. I think it's going to make her take time off again, though, because she hasn't been around. So having a baby, like, is she going to be able to be there for the whole 9 months and, like, performing as much as she wants to, and even filming American Idol? I feel like that's going to make her take more time off. And, like, as somebody who hasn't had, you know, a lot of fame and talk on them, is that going to really be beneficial to her career right now? Even though being a mother is great.
Of course.
Do you think that after her child comes that she'll start like creating more music that's calmer instead of her teenage dream, like what we know her for so far?
What I do see is a lot that when artists becomes mother or fathers, that like ignites a fire them to just like revamp and do new things. So I really do hope that if she does make new music, it's a different side that we haven't seen already.
Yeah.
She is so multifaceted, so who knows what she can come up with next.
I agree. I think it'll bring her like a different kind of success and fame, like being a mom. It'll take her down different avenues she hasn't been to before.
Yes.
I think so too. So today is National Women's Day. In the spirit of honoring women, Jane Fonda received the Visionary Activist Award. Fonda is a 2-time Oscar winner and a climate change activist. The actress has been arrested 5 times while protesting, including once on her 82nd birthday. Fonda leads Fire Drill Fridays along with protests that demand action by political leaders to address climate change. Visionary Women has raised more than $2 million to fund organizations that support local and global women. So with all of her activism, do you think that she takes her activism a little too far?
I can say that getting arrested at your 82nd birthday, that is a bit extreme if you ask me. But at the same time, it just shows her level of dedication to activism.
Yeah, it shows her passion. I feel like at 82 years old, if you're still out there in the streets fighting for a cause, then definitely like do that. And if it's on your birthday, power to you, because I'm usually home on my birthday. So.
Yeah, so is it extreme? Maybe, but it definitely does prove a point that she's not here to play.
Yeah.
Do you think that you would be an activist at 82?
Oh no, I definitely think at 82 I'd like to be retired somewhere. I don't definitely think I'd be like too much into the activism scene, but I can definitely say like I think it's great that she is doing that. Like I really like applaud her, because at 82, like for her to be out there and in the streets and actually fighting for climate change, I think that that's great.
At 82, I hope that I have enough money and a cause that I'm passionate about that I can just write a check and they can fight for me.
And
I'm here
donate to the cause.
Donate.
Donate to the cause.
If I'm 82, I don't want to break a bone.
Be a part of the solution. Don't donate. Like, make sure it actually goes to something.
You just want to be the face of the cause, like.
I'm okay with that too.
The climate change movement. Brian Hernandez.
Yes.
Okay, so as we were saying, it's Women's History Day. What women have you seen throughout your life that's inspired you to be where you are today?
I mean, definitely, as far as, who I know. No, I would definitely say my mother, but as far as, somebody I look up to, I would definitely say Michelle Obama, from all she's done from, trying to get kids outside and, healthy eating. I think that she's, an exemplary woman today in society. And, as far as women's history, Michelle Obama.
My answer is a no-brainer. It is one word, Beyonce. Beyonce is, she's done so much for the Black community, so much for everybody, and she's about empowering women. And when I listen to her albums, I feel like I am Sasha Fierce. You feel me?
As you should.
That's it.
I'm not even surprised by that answer.
Who inspires you?
That's a good question. I think my everyday, me. I'm not to sound cocky or anything,
okay.
but me, the person that I was yesterday, the person that I strive to be.
And the person that you're
I
gonna
like
be.
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's, okay. So Netflix is remaking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory into an animation. Not one, but two series will be created based on the 1964 novel. One series is based on the world and characters in the book, and the second focuses on the Oompa Loompas. Oscar winner Taika Waititi will write, direct, and executive produce both projects. Netflix says this marks the beginning of an extensive partnership with the Ronald Dahl Story Company. So how do you guys feel about the remakes?
I'm actually excited for the remake and the series about the Oompa Loompas. I mean, the Oompa Loompas, yeah, because I'm excited to see, what they do when they're not in the factory and working. Are they behind the scenes? What is their life like? That's kind of what interests me the most.
I feel like this is good. I feel like this remake is going to introduce Charlie to a new audience and new kids.
Yeah.
And that was a part of my childhood.
And
so
definitely the younger generation needs it. I feel like, some things I'm not for the remake, but I feel like this could be a really good one, and it'll give the kids a chance to see what we grew up with.
Yeah, because I know the girl that blows the bubble, she is iconic. And kids are still today dressing up as her. That is icon, baby.
How successful do you think this remake would be?
I hope it's as successful as the first remake was. I feel like that remake did a good job. I really liked it with Johnny Depp, and I feel like it did really well. So I hope that the new series that is coming out is going to do the same thing.
And it being that it's going to be an animation, that's a whole different thing. So I don't even know what to expect. But I feel like remakes aren't the best nowadays, but animations, people do love that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So we're talking about remakes, and earlier we were talking about our own personal favorite shows that we'd want to see remake. What would you guys want to see?
I would like to see, personally, I'm going to keep it with a Disney theme. I want to see either a High School Musical reunion or a Twitches kind of 3 kind of thing, with the sisters, Tia and Tamara. That's what I would want to see.
I would want to see no other than the Cheetah Girls, because 1, 2, and 3 were amazing, and they just can't end like that. I need Raven to come back.
Yes.
I need the girls to unite. I need unity. I need love.
Them back, yes.
Music, new music. I am still to this day listening to the Cheetah Girls soundtrack.
Yup.
They are a classic. I did grow up on them. I would love to see Lilo and Stitch. I'm not even gonna lie.
I think that would be great. I think that would be so cute to have them
as adults. Okay. Coming up, we sit down with our reporter Wyatt Fulton to talk about Oswego's St. Patrick's Day Parade, to talk about the true spirit of Oswego and St. Patrick's Day. Stay tuned. The streets of Oswego were busier than usual yesterday. That was because of the 3rd annual St. Patrick's Day Parade that took place in downtown Oswego. Our Wyatt Fulton was at the parade yesterday, where he met with the organization that helped bring the joy to the streets of Oswego. The Oswego chapter of the Ancient Orders of Herbinans.
St. Patrick's Day means something different for everyone. For some, it means celebrating the traditional Irish culture in the city of Oswego and remembering their heritage. For others, it means donning a Celtics jersey and supporting the local bars both during and after the parade. However people chose to enjoy themselves during the parade coordinator Patrick CHALONE was glad to see that the Oswego community enjoyed the event.
Well, I think after today's parade, I looked at my favorite part of the parade is seeing all the smiling faces on the streets of Oswego and the crowds. I mean, we had a great crowd today. It just makes me feel good that I know that we've done, you know, made people happy. We've done a good thing, and something that people can look forward to.
One of the best parts of the parade, according to Patrick, was all of the bands that were featured in this year's lineup. Keeping with Irish tradition, he had a litany of bagpipe and drum bands perform in this year's parade. Among the bands featured was the Buffalo Bills Drumline, featuring SUNY Oswego student Adam Harden. Adam says their group performs all over New York, Pennsylvania, and even Canada. Unfortunately, Adam had to leave the parade early due to prior commitments, but he said, quote, "My favorite part of the parade was being outside for one of the first shows of 2020, and the weather and crowd was awesome today." Patrick had this to say about the pipe bands in the parade.
And you know, everybody loves, especially the Scottish pipe bands. I mean, you can't really have a parade unless you have a bagpiper coming, you know, down the road with the band.
With the parade being a massive success, Patrick is looking forward to what he and the Ancient Order of Hibernians will come up with next year. Wyatt Fulton reporting for WTOP 10. Coming up on well, the local businesses of Oswego should be, well, Patrick, the founder of the parade, said that the local businesses should become more sponsored next year, and he looks to expand so that the parade can even compete with the local Syracuse parade, because they're way more massive compared to Oswego, but the parade entry fee is actually entirely free. I did not know that. So local businesses can promote themselves by joining the parade each year.
I think that's great for us. We're going to help boost the economy, to help get local businesses out there and kind of like get the students to see what the town is really about. Because I feel like not a lot of times are we here for like Oswego events.
And it's a great way to merge the two communities into one and just spread happiness.
Yeah.
Were you able to learn about anything from the Irish community?
I was actually able to learn a lot. I learned a lot about the organization itself, that they represent a lot of the Irish in Oswego, and they are the only place in Oswego to get the best corned beef and cabbage.
That is great to know.
Did you see a lot of students there at the parade? Did you go?
I attended the entire parade. I saw a lot of students, but I can't really say what they may or may not have been doing, but I did see a lot of students.
Oh, that was, college town. So, coming up on WTOP 10, Sunday Night Entertainment News. Our meteorologist Walker Snowden tells you everything you can expect from the weather next week. Will this warm weather last until the last week before spring break? And we will break down the juiciest post from this week in our Spicy Social segment. You're watching WTOP Sunday Night Entertainment News.
You enjoyed your warm day today. I know I did. Great sunny day here in Oswego. I actually do it a little bit of my time at the Bluffs. But as for our current radar and satellite, we're actually seeing a little bit of precipitation out in the central part of the U.S., a little precipitation in Oklahoma and the southern parts of Kansas, as well as parts of New Mexico. As for our region and here in New York, we're actually not seeing too much for precipitation. A little bit of cloud cover will move in later tonight, and I'll get a little bit on that later as well. But as for precipitation, we're not really going to see any precipitation, maybe a little bit over near Buffalo, in areas a little west of Buffalo, but we'll have to see later tonight. As for our current temperatures, we're currently 41 degrees here in Oswego. It was a pretty warm day today, and I'll get into that, but 38 degrees here in Fulton, a little bit to our east, 37 degrees here in Pulaski, and similar temperatures around the entire region. As for our 24-hour temperature change, though, we have seen a significant increase in temperature change over the last several hours. 11 degrees here in Oswego, 19 degrees change over the last 24 hours here in Adams and areas near the Tug Hill, and you should expect the same thing for tomorrow as well. But as for our current future cast, as we head further into the evening tonight, we should see a little bit of cloud cover move in around 1:30, 2:30 a.m. And as we continue on into the evening towards around 8:30 tonight, we'll see our lowest temperature as around 42 degrees, 40 degrees in Pulaski, a little bit colder over in Harrisburg as well. But as we move further on into Monday, we should eventually see precipitation, but first cloud cover moving in from our west. 47 degrees at this point here in Oswego. A little bit warmer to our south, but as we move further into Tuesday, we should finally see a little bit of precipitation. This coming around 9 o'clock in the morning on your way to work and or class, around 50 degrees at this point, and similar around the entire region as well. But as we continue to move further on into the period, we should see our heaviest precipitation around 4 p.m., 5 p.m. in the afternoon. But thankfully, as we head on further from this point, we should see precipitation slowly decrease and exit the region. At this point, around Tuesday in the morning, around 9 p.m. at night, we should be around 39 degrees. As for tonight, we should see around 47 degrees, partly cloudy, winds south-southwest, 5 to 10 miles an hour. But as for our 7-day, we should be a little bit warmer tomorrow. Our models are saying that we're going to be a little bit colder than I think personally we will get. With sunny, without any clouds tomorrow, we should be fairly sunny, leaving us plenty of room to grow for temperature. So we should be around 56, models saying around 52. But as we go into Tuesday, we should see temperatures decrease significantly with that rain. It's a little bit of a cold front moving in from our north and west. But as for the middle of the week, it should be a little bit more mild. A little bit more mild temperatures, around 37 degrees. 47 and Thursday, and as we head further into the weekend, we actually should see a little bit more mild and colder temperatures as well. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Walker Snowden. Stay tuned for more entertainment news after the break.
WP Sunday Night Entertainment News. Let's put on our surgical mask and take out our scalpels to dissect the spiciest social media posts of the week. Post Malone fans are concerned after videos of the artist stumbling, rolling his eyes, and acting strange at a recent show surfaced. Online, after famous artists like Mac Miller and Lil Peep passed away due to drug overdose, fans are worried the same may happen to Post Malone. Earlier this week, the singer says he stopped smoking and only enjoys drinking. Do you think his actions were like a cry for help?
I definitely do. I really feel like he hasn't been doing this before. I feel like it's something recent, and I know he tried to assure his fans, but I really do feel like regardless, it really is a cry for help because, I mean, if you've seen the videos on stage, like, he genuinely fell. Like, he fell twice, toppled over, and I really do feel like it's a cry for help, and I hope that he gets the help that he needs.
Brian, what do you think?
I agree with Jakarma. It looked very serious, and although he did say that he was okay, to me as a fan or as a viewer, he does not look okay. So I really hope whatever's going on does get resolved.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think his response to the fans, was that appropriate?
I really don't know if it was necessarily appropriate. I think the people there really felt the atmosphere, and I think they knew something was wrong. And so kind of just putting it to the back burner, saying, oh, everything's okay, I think that was more of like a PR stunt. But.
All right. Also, Elizabeth Warren guest stars on this week's Saturday Night Live. Warren appears in a skit with Kate McKinnon mocking Fox News coverage of the coronavirus. McKinnon ended her segment by asking Warren how her life has been since she ended her presidential campaign this week. Warren responded by saying she's not dead, just in the Senate. What are your opinions on Elizabeth Warren dropping out of the presidential elections?
After seeing this, it looks like she's living her best life.
Yes.
And I'm just happy that she's taking a moment to relax and enjoy herself.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, there's only but so many candidates that can actually move on into the actual election. So I feel like her dropping out there, but there's only but so many people. But I feel like she bounced back so well. Like, she was on SNL. She's having a good time. She was doing the switch competition where she switched with herself. I think she's just, like, living her best life at the moment, really.
Oh, my goodness. Who, if anyone, do you think should she endorse in the 2020 presidential elections?
I don't think she should make any endorsement just yet. I think she should just like wind down, relax a little bit, you know, enjoy not being the pressure of being in the campaign anymore. But when she does, I'm sure she'll make the right decision, and so really help the voters like decide who's the best candidate.
So do I. Megan Thee Stallion is suing her record label. Megan says that 1501 is blocking her from releasing new music. A Texas judge granted her a temporary restraining order against the label, allowing her to release her new song, Sugar. Megan signed to 1501 Certified Entertainment back in 2018. Megan says 1501 CEO Carl Crawford took advantage of young and naive Megan when she was signing the contract. What are your opinions on how the music industry treats women?
I think that this is not something that happened with just Megan. I think that this is something that we've seen happen time and time again, and I feel like women are like often misled, and then they're ending up in these contracts, and when it's time for them to renegotiate or they understand the actual like what's going on behind it, they're automatically seen as a bad person, or their label wants to drop them and bring something against them, and I think that that's not fair due to the fact that we have so many women up and coming, especially in the rapping industry nowadays.
The same thing, like a similar case happened with JoJo, the artist. I'm happy that these women are being vocal and just letting people know what's actually going on in the industry.
Honestly, I honestly think that the women should like start creating their own record labels.
Yes, wow, that'd be great.
Relying on men, because clearly men. Do you also like? Do you think that Megan is right for asking for a contract negotiation?
Yes, 100%. I feel like she's making hits. She's selling albums. She's doing everything that she needs to do as an artist. So I feel like if she's asking for more in her contract, there's a reason. Like all her albums that she's put out, they've been doing really well. So I feel like it's definitely well deserved, and I think that she shouldn't have had no issues in trying to go forth with her negotiation.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, just whenever you're renegotiating a contract, whenever you're popular, I mean, you should actually be able to have that stipulations, you know, ask for more money, ask for more, because, you know, your contracts don't last forever and your career certainly doesn't either.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like she's a nobody. It's not like she's not putting out records. It's not like she's not selling hits. She's doing what she has to do.
All right, so we know spring break is coming up, and I know most of you guys are from New York, as well as, you know, we're trying to enjoy this weather. Now, Walker, what do we get to expect on, like, Friday when we actually are going home for spring break? Do we have that time to...
Yeah, we'll have a little bit of colder temperatures Friday towards the weekend, but I think with this up and down temperature, I think we should expect a little bit warmer temperatures than usual, especially for this time of year, which is great news. So we should see that all over the country, so I'm definitely pretty excited for that.
This is great. I'm tired of the snow. I'm ready for it to go.
I need the sun. I hope I can have the day to look good.
I need her to bless me with her rays and her graces.
Do you guys have anything excited to do for spring break?
I'm going skiing, but that's not really like a spring break. I know.
All right, well, thank you for watching Sunday Night WTOP Entertainment News.